let's talk about the NAR lawsuit.
All right.
Okay. So if you haven't heard about it, we're going to give you a little bit of information that we know, and we'll update you guys as it goes along, but there's kind of a lot. So Mitchell, first of all, tell everybody what NAR stands for.
National Association of Realtors.
And we are part of that, so we get all kinds of updates all the time. The latest was a lawsuit that happened with, I guess, a handful of major realtor brokerages.
MLSs.
Okay.
Was the lawsuit. And so they feel, and I feel, that they didn't have any wrongdoing. But to caveat that, it wasn't looking good on their favor. And for them to go through the lawsuit, it was over a $5 billion settlement if they would have lost. So they made an agreement with the plaintiffs to settle at 400 and something million.
Okay, break it down. What was the lawsuit about?
Oh, jeez. So in some MLSs across the U.S., it was required for the seller to pay the buyer's broker. And you had to, and for them to put the house on the MLS, you had to put a buyer's broker payment or compensation.
So is that the case here in Colorado?
No.
Okay. So the biggest question that I get and we get from our clients is, what does this mean for me? Or what are you guys even talking about? It doesn't really change much. It's more of ask us questions. We will explain on how we get paid. And the reason we say it doesn't change much is because buyers are still offering compensation to the buyer's agent because they have a lot of money in their house. They are still making a lot of money. We are still in a seller's market. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if the market were flipped and we were in a buyer's market, yeah, the buyer would probably be paying the buyer's agent commission. And that is not that uncommon in a buyer's market, right?
So how do we do it now? And how is it not, how does the lawsuit not affect us? That's a big question. So sellers pay the seller's agent the commission. That's how it works. You pay an X percent.
Or a flat fee, whatever.
Or a flat fee.
Whoever you're working with.
The selling agent offers the buyer's agent commission.
Out of that percentage or flat fee.
So you pay me,
we all
I
share.
pay them.
It's all about sharing.
So it's still, in a roundabout way, it's still, yes, the buyers are paying part of it, but it's not directly from, or the sellers are paying part of it, but it's not directly from them. It's part of the compensation package.
Right. So I hope this makes sense to everyone. Do you have anything else to add?
Oh, I got a big one.
Oh.
I don't have to pay a seller's agent or buyer's agent anymore. No, you don't. You never had to before.
You never had to before.
But if somebody says, I want you to sell my house, but I don't want to pay the buyer's agent.
Is that a good idea?
No.
Why?
So it is not legally required for a real estate agent to show your house. If they see no compensation, they can put your house at the bottom of the list. Is it ethical?
No.
Probably not. But will agents do that? Probably so. I mean, we can't work for free. It does take work. It does take effort.
It's their livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have always explained it to our clients how compensation works. But of course, if you have questions, you can ask.
I got a question.
Yes.
So I'm your buyer and I want to buy this house on this street, but
yes.
there's no compensation from the seller's agent to you. Okay. What happens?
So we have already contracted because that's how we work. There is an option that I put on our buyer's contract that says either you can pay my compensation or we will ask the listing brokerage, the sellers, to pay the compensation or to share with us. So then we negotiate from there to figure out how we are going to get paid if it's not offered from the seller.
It's still negotiable.
It is still negotiable.
So it's good to know what the compensation is before you put your offer in.
And before you even go look at a house, so you know what you're kind of walking into.
So
figuratively and literally.
I did see an email from Colorado Association of Realtors, and they are writing, who's the mortgage regulation people? They're checking with the mortgage lending laws because we all have a feeling this is going to get affected,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making sure that I guess all the rules and bylaws are being met, and we don't want to put something in an offer that is not in compliant with the mortgage lending rules.
So, long explanation short, you cannot roll in commissions into a loan because the bank doesn't want to loan you money to pay an agent. I don't know if they're trying to change that or not, but we'll probably have an update on that sooner rather than later.
I think it's to get more clarity on, okay, if you have cash to close, then you're rolling that money into your buyer's agent, and then you can get lending for closing costs. I think that's what they're trying to see, how to manipulate the money. You have a pot of money going in. What can mortgage lending take, and what do you have to
bring to the table? Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I think that's enough information for tonight.
I'm tired.